Well guys, got the Road Glide in the shop. Already removed the windshield. As you recall from previous videos, this thing is like dead center in my line of sight. Literally crosses my eyeballs. Gotta go. So we got this short one. Hopefully it's a lot better. So you get this rubber on here. Believe it or not, I just cleaned it all up and it still looks dirty, but it'll look good when the trim is all on and everything. Plastic, then the foam, then the bubble wrap, and then it's wrapped again inside. Better not be scratched after all this. So these tabs here, because I have the trim piece, these bolts are different. They're not like a finished bolt. So the trim screws go in here to hold the front piece on, and then this one is covered. So get set up as far as this goes, and then put our rubber gasket on. So originally this had some two-sided tape on each side that was stuck to the bike. So I'm tempted to put some on there, and I'm also tempted not to, because it's going to add space. You can actually see where it was. If you'll notice, the bottom of this is not holes, it's slotted, where my other one has just holes. There's one hole in the center. That's what you get for a Amazon special, I guess. I'll put some two-sided 3M tape on it and we'll try from there. Alright, so bit of 3M two-sided tape there and there. It did have some here, but this one's pretty solid mounted in the center, so I don't think I'm going to put any in there. Of course, I got to get these washers on the outside. I don't know how to give you guys a good view. This part might make me swear. With these snug down, they only take a 10mm wrench, and if you have just the regular trim skewers, I don't know how, like that's a pretty big gap to be filling with just trim screws and washers. So I don't know how good this would be without the trim piece on it. So if you're like mine and you got the trim, line those all up and put those in. All in all, not such a bad fit. I think the trim piece helps. It doesn't sit down perfectly though. I don't know, I might end up redoing it. But I definitely like the height, and I can actually see over it. So the next thing will be somehow remove the tour pack, so I don't want it on there all the time. There's a whole lot of wires going on there. I'm gonna make this Harley sound like a Harley. Pull those baffles. I'll modify the baffles, so they probably will be going back in. We'll see what it sounds like with them removed entirely. So I popped the end off, 3 holes. Loosen the chrome cover off so you can spin it around and get to that one. Now we'll just knock those welds off, and hopefully she pulls out of there. It looks kind of rusty. Buzz these welds off, hammered them in so they could, till they let go. Pretty easy. Literally took this pipe, put it in the thing, hit it once, the whole shooting match came out. There's a mesh in there. A second. And you can see at one time it had the fiberglass wrap on it. It's all destroyed. Not that it matters, I'm not putting them back on. If I end up putting new exhaust on it, these will never see the light of day again. But I do like the CVO slip-on style. Odd looking baffle comes in and then goes back and out. No wonder it was so quiet. In order to get that to slide on, use your favorite dollar store detergent. I'll put some on here and that thing will slide right in. It saves a whole lot of time beating on it and wrestling with it. One-handed no less. Goes on there nice and slick. Line the holes, good to go. Never put anything together dry. Since we were in here, I did the lowering brackets. So I got these ones. A lot of people hate on them, but I had them on my one bike for like 5 years, never had a problem. And the ones that failed were really thin through around this hole. So these ones are a lot beefier. So we'll give them a try. So until I get new shocks, I'm just trying to make do with what I have. And we'll do the other side. If it's too low, we'll take them back off. Alright guys, I only put it on the second notch because I didn't want it that low. Can't bottom it out, I already tried that. And This is what it sounds like with the baffles gone. Doesn't like me not having the keys, I guess. We'll take it for a test ride and see how that works out. The more I get into it, the less faith I have in the dealership that I bought this from. Primary, very noisy. Transmission's noisy. Now, I don't mind if they have gear oil in the transmission, but gear oil in the primary, and they're trying to tell me they put a new stator in it. This, what I put back in, is the actual stuff for it from Harley, at least in the primary anyways. And it's what I had here, so I don't think, if I can't take their word for one thing, it means I gotta check everything they said they did. And I don't want to tear this down to the stator before winter, so I want to ride. And it seems to be putting out decent voltage and everything, so we're gonna have to trust them on that one. We'll see what's in the transmission. I can almost guarantee it's gear oil, because when you fire it up, it's venting off and it's all you can smell is gear oil. Nothing apparently on the transmission vent. I'm not going to change it until I get back. Today's safety day, so maybe I'll show you guys all what's entailed in getting a safety certificate on a motorcycle and the list of stuff they check off. In one way, I think it's ridiculous. Who wants to ride an unsafe motorcycle? But the problem is, not everybody's like me and knows the motorcycles and the mechanics of it, so they just take somebody's word for it and jump on, and something happens, and the next thing you know, they're doing ass over billy goat at 70 miles an hour and die.
Well, you definitely feel the wind more, which I'm not going to complain about because I was blocking too much wind. It was nice for videos and stuff. Still not entirely used to this. I got to get that front suspension done as quickly as possible. Definitely not liking those drop brackets that I put in the back. Those are coming back out. Either that, I need to air it up a bit, which is probably what I'll try first. Sounds like it's running on one cylinder. Well, I can't say I like that exhaust note, that's for sure. Sounds like dog shit. So I haven't really had this thing out since I got back from the trip. Oh, gotta get that mask open for some fresh air. Well, that, oh, checked out the wellies. I'll have to get a better shot of that on the way back. The primary is much quieter, shifting up and down and etc. Gonna have to make some baffles for those pipes. It's still got the cat in there. I'm wondering if that's not why it sounds so funky. So with the helmet closed up, it doesn't seem to be much of any buffeting or anything. It's usually worse when there's that, like a truck or something like that in front of you. It doesn't seem too bad right now. As usual, worked all night. We'll see how she squeezes through the safety. Got everything done. Winged through the safety, no problem. They basically check everything. And then I went to the DMV out the sticks, because it's great. You get there and there's 3 people in line, and you go in the city and you could be standing there for an hour. Out in the sticks, you go 3 people in line, and you're in and out in 10 minutes. So the bike's all legit and good to go. Now we just got to put some miles on. So far, the windshield is I like it. I can see over it. If I'm actually going to do any touring though, I think I'm going to have to put one that's kind of between this one and the other one. And I'm going to have to make some baffles, because this thing is, I don't know, it's just not good. And the rear, dropping the rear makes the bike 10 times better for handling. It slows down the front end a bit, which is good for me, because I'm used to my soft tail. In all honesty, like, it has no problems, no issues. I need to air up a little bit, put a little more air pressure in there, a little soft. But other than that, I really like the way it handles. Handles much better. I just need it to be quieter, because this is for touring. It's not my hot rod bike, I guess you'd call it. But so I need it to be toned down a little bit. Especially, I got future plans are the 2.5-inch header pipe from Fuel Moto. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm going to do that. Hopefully reuse these slip-ons with new baffles and a tuner, and those guys will, I'm sure, will set me up with a kick-ass tune, and it'll sound much better. You're just puddling around in traffic like this, man, yeah, it's a little loud. And it's right under, it could be part of the problem because I have the full face on right now, and all the sound comes right up from the bottom, right behind my head. Maybe that's what the issue is.